And there's the introduction wagon, the wagon that's fairly familiar to me since it's mine. Welcome, America, to the Great Circus Parade, Wisconsin's national treasure. That's that wagon was an old Schlitz beer wagon. That's Dr. Clarence Mewson of Cedar Grove driving it. Paul Stitt of the Natural Ovens of Manitowoc, who now owns the horses. Those are the same 4 horses that we had that took the wagon down 5 circus parades. Beautiful. There's Governor Thompson, too. And we have a man that everybody knows who has joined us here. Chappie, you know this gentleman, I'm sure. Hi, Benji.
Hi, what a joy to be with both of you, because you, John, of course, were one of the very first to be part of this. And Chappie Fox has been truly my inspiration for this entire effort. If it were not for Chappie, I just would not do it. So
look at the wagon going by here now.
Oh, gosh, aren't you a little lonesome about that?
Yeah. I am, yeah, I really am. The introduction wagon going by. Well, you've done it again. The weather has cleared up, and it's a beautiful day.
I can't believe this weather, you know, but someone up there must really love a circus parade, because in the 12 years that we've had the parade, we've never had a day of rain.
Never.
What a break this is.
Our congratulations to you, too, for what you have about to read to us here.
Well, I'm delighted. We've received hundreds of letters from all over the United States thanking us for this parade, but a message came yesterday which I'm proud to present to your audience. It's from the President of the United States. It says, "Greetings to everyone gathered in Milwaukee for the Great Circus Parade. A special hello to your grand clown, Ernie Borgnine, and his wife, Tova. And congratulations to the people of Wisconsin for your commitment to keeping alive all the traditions of our national treasure, the circus." And then it goes on, and I'll just read the last paragraph. "Nancy joins me in sending best wishes for a glorious day and for every happiness. Now on with the parade. God bless you, and God bless America. Ronald Reagan."
I think that's great, Ben. I bet you're proud of that.
Very proud. I'm proud of the fact that it doesn't make any difference who it is. Everyone loves the circus parade.
That's right. We do, too. And our thanks to you on behalf of our viewers. Thank you, Ben. Okay, Ben Barkin, who is the impresario of all of this and the man who really made this all possible. That's the Lincoln Way Community High School Band going on right behind us now. And there's Ernie. And Tova. Ernie Borgnine and Tova.
Marvelous, wonderful people. Just love Milwaukee.
He sure seems to get a big kick out of this. He came in from New York, where he's working on a movie, I believe it's called Tightrope. And he had to work yesterday. He worked way late on Friday night in order that he could finish up on Saturday morning and then come in yesterday afternoon. And he just seems to have a great, great time here. Mounted flag bearers. This is the Wisconsin Morgan Horse Club. Appearing as the mounted flag bearers.
That's new wardrobe for this year.
I understand Mae Ward did that, didn't
Yeah,
she?
new wardrobe. It's just beautiful. The trappings on the horse, all brand new for this year.
And authentic, we assume?
You bet.
The reaction to the crowd around here is to Tova, who has just gone by, and Ernie up ahead of her, waving to camera people all around him. We're getting in now to what must be a rather favorite part of the parade for you this year, Chappie, the Ringling Brothers Circus section.
Yes, and everything that is in this first section actually did belong to Ringling Brothers, and they paraded in every major city in the United States. This is the Swan bandwagon.
Now that's original. That's not a recreation.
Yeah. No, that's one of the most beautiful wagons we have. That was built in Baraboo.
Being pulled by 8 Belgian horses from William Hauser of Mindoro, Wisconsin. They always made I think from your book I read, Chappie, they always tried to get the best bandwagon right up in the front.
The biggest one up in front, yes. With
the music.
8-horse team, and it was always the band from the big top. Then there were subsequent bands that were in the sideshow. And
you saw the swans on the side of it, which makes it the Swan bandwagon, of course, with an 8-horse hitch. And the Dick Strauss and Many Happy Returns circus band on top. This is the circus.
Snake den.
Yeah, the snake den. Tell us about that a little bit.
Well, very few circuses had snake dens because it was just a wagon just did nothing but display snakes. And only the very big circuses had them.
There she is right inside. That's the Humbert family of Lombard, Illinois. And the horses are from Dr. Lippard, Dr. R.N. Lippard of Vesterville, Iowa. He's a veterinarian out there. A beautiful 6-horse hitch. He's in all the shows and all. Snake Den, number 20. That's Mr. and Mrs. William Shewitt riding in that carriage. I think we're going to have to get some information from you on what on the cloth of gold that's coming up, Chappie.
Right.
But
well,
he is the president of Security Savings and Loan.
That sponsored it.
And they sponsored that in the fireworks last night. And the field of the cloth of gold is seen for the first time this year. And Chappie, would you describe all that for me?
Absolutely. In the year 1502, King Henry VIII of England and King Francis of France had a meeting in Normandy. And all of the tents, all of the fabricated buildings that they put up were of gold cloth. And as you stood on a hill and looked down over this operation, somebody said it looked like a field of the cloth of gold. Well, in 1905, Ringling Brothers decided to reproduce that, and as their spectacle. We're doing it here today. This is all brand new wardrobe. It was created by Peggy Coburn and her department. We're really mighty proud of it. The type of wardrobe that was used in 1502, if you can believe it.
Peg, incidentally, Peg Coburn, that Chappie refers to as the head costumer at the Circus World Museum. And of course, not only did she do the field of the cloth of gold, but many of the colorful costumes that you see in the parade today, they're all authentic, they're all recreations, and they're all beautifully done. And I think that maybe Peg was a little bit concerned this morning when it looked like rain, but I'm sure she's feeling better now on this beautiful day.
I'm sure she's relieved.
Yeah. I wonder if people back in 1905, when they saw this, understood what the Ringling Brothers were trying to do.
Yes, because they put out librettos that explained the whole specs and it told all this history. I think that was one of the reasons why circuses were considered educational instead of as well as entertaining.
They even are to this date. I'd never heard of all of that until I got into the field of the cloth of gold. The participants in all of this, by the way, are the Wisconsin Morgan Horse Club, the Wisconsin Horse Owners Alliance, the Brill Riders of New Holstein, and Kibler's Indian Summer Farm of Neenah. Carriages and horses by Vern Albert and Robert Litcher of Baraboo, and Glenn Michaels of Le Sueur, Minnesota. So they put together a whale of a display here in the cloth of the Field of Gold, one of the new attractions of this year's 1987 Circus Parade. That's fantastic.
Lady equestrians, aren't they beautiful?
The whole thing is just amazing, and it's amazing to me that you can recreate this and get it all to come together the way it has.
People are cheering and clapping just to see somebody on a horse in a fancy outfit.
Well, sometimes that's difficult on the horse.
This bandwagon number one was on Ringling Brothers for years. It was their number one bandwagon.
That's Lee Matthews' Great Circus Band of Cudahy, and the 8-horse hitch is from Roy Fox of Lake Village, Indiana. We saw them practicing yesterday. They got a snappy hitch, a beautiful 8-horse hitch.
Black perch runs.
Not a bit of white on any of them either. There was a little spot of white, a little star on one of the leaders, but you can't see it because the bridle covered it up. It's a beautiful, beautiful hitch. That was built in 1903. It cost $1,500. Well, here we are. This is the Great Unicorn. A living unicorn that got topped the Star Tableau Wagon of England. We want to hear from Kathy Hayes, who is the unicorn trainer at the Circus World, telling us what's involved in taking care of this unicorn.
After each of the shows, he has to have his oyster crackers. That is his treat after each of his shows. For his diet, like what he likes to eat, he loves rose petals. Let's see, what else does he like? Okay, I also have to bathe him about once a week, and he has to have his baby shampoo and a good conditioner, and I have a huge blow dryer I have to dry him with. It's really interesting. It's really fun.
And not only that, you have to give him oyster crackers when he's up there in order to keep him quiet. This is kind of in a way, kind of a sad wagon, the giraffe wagon, because of course Too Tall died at the circus grounds last Friday, or Thursday, I guess it was. But the wagon is in it anyway, the giraffe cage, and it's drawn by 6 Belgians from Lyle Getchman of Baraboo.
That's a nice tribute to that old trooper, that giraffe.
That giraffe, yeah, he did. And, you know, it was amazing to me last year when he was in the parade. He looked back and forth like he was really interested in all of this.
And he enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think he did.
Sure.
This is the Baraboo High School Marching Band. You know, that unicorn, I don't want to let this go by without asking you the question that everybody who's watching this wants to ask you, Chappie. Is that really a unicorn?
It absolutely is. The Webster's Dictionary says that a unicorn is any animal with a single horn in the center of his head.
Regardless of how the horn got there.
That isn't, the dictionary doesn't say anything about that. And this is a beautiful animal.
It really is. We saw it up close. They were practicing with it yesterday. They lift it up there in a cage on one of those front end loaders, and then the thing walks right off and stands up there. Really nice.
Well, he's been with Ringling Brothers for the last 2 years, parading, in respect every city in the United States.
Whenever it gets a little jumpy, why, she just gives it a soda cracker, a little oyster cracker, and that calms it right down. We'll be back in just a moment with more coverage of the 1987 Great Circus Parade.
The world-famous Budweiser Clydesdale still to come in the Great Circus Parade.
This Bud's for all that you do.
It could be any time now.
No, Bill had to leave. Can I help you?
A friend is counting on you.
We need copies by 4:30. I'll cover it for him. Not a word.
You keep on coming through, 'cause you make America work, and this Bud's for you.
Here's to you, Beechwood Age, for that clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
This Bud's for you.
Wisconsin. We believe in it. We're part of it. Wisconsin. We named our bank after it. First Wisconsin.
True Value Hardware, it's more than a name.
Keep a Master Mechanic 7-inch locking plier handy. It's made of heat-treated steel with a micro adjustment to accurately set the jaw. And there's a wire cutter for electrical work. In July, the Master Mechanic 7-inch locking plier is only $3.99. Look for the True Value of the Month banner at participating True Value hardware stores.
Tomorrow, from 3 to 9, save up to 70% at American Sidewalk Sale. Look, I'm moving out all the scratch and dent. I'm moving out all the mismatched merchandise, all of the demos. Come to the Sidewalk Sale, save up to 70%. Car stairs, $25. Microwave, $68. Sofas from $197. A VHS video recorder, $155. Americans having a Sidewalk Sale up to 70% off. 3 to 9 Monday at American Sensational Sidewalk Sale. Even WKLH and WQFM radio will be at American TV tomorrow.
This is the Seashell Tableau, number 84, with Ladies of the Big Show riding on top, driven by Wayne Lowerson of Rochester, Minnesota, a beautiful 6-horse hitch of Belgians. And I guess this is what happened. The ladies of the show really did ride on the wagons, Pat
Oh,
Chappie.
you bet. That was what was called doing anything useful when you signed a contract with the circus.
Oh, there was that clause in it?
Oh, you bet. You performed, and then you did other useful things, including riding the parade.
This is the hippopotamus cage wagon, number 73. That's there will be a real pygmy hippopotamus inside. The hitch is a 6-horse hitch of Percherons with Richard Colts of Greenleaf, Wisconsin. And there are 3 grays. Am I seeing that right? Are there 3
blacks?
And 3 blacks, yeah. Half and half, grays and blacks.
Now, this is a new unit this year. All the wood carving on that wagon was done by Joe Hrovat of West Allis. Beautiful wood carver.
Yeah, he says he's not going to do anymore, but I hope you can talk him into keep doing that.
I think we can talk Joe into doing some more. Here's Ringling's Bell Wagon. This is an interesting wagon because the bells were cast right here in Milwaukee. Wood carving was made by the Milwaukee Ornamental Wood Carving Company.
That's one of the beautiful hitches too. One of the long hitches that we have here. It's an 8-horse hitch from Pat Morrison of Belle Plaine, Iowa, 8 Clydesdales. It's a beautiful hitch.
Dave Salutis of Baraboo is playing those bells. There are 9 of those huge bronze bells that weigh 4,300 pounds.
He does a beautiful job on that, too. Dave works at the Circus World Museum, and he's the assistant to Bob Parkinson in staging the parade, too.
Yep, he is. He's a very versatile boy.
One driver driving some of the horses, one driver driving others of the horses. Side saddle, ladies of the ring. They used to say in the circus, according to things that we've been given, pomp and royalty and lots of color. Those 3 riders are from Baraboo. Here comes the Bud horses. Now they're
Jerry Maker is the driver.
Yeah, he's now that's a tough job. Of course, driving any 8-horse hitch is a tough job.
Yeah, but what a beautiful horseman he is.
Yeah, he really is. They always seem to do that. They get just great horsemen to drive that Budweiser hitch. And the Dalmatian dog up on top, and the 8 beautiful Clydesdales. They have 10 of them with them. They will be staying in the area now for another week. They'll be up in the Sheboygan County Fairgrounds if anybody wants to go see them.
There's an interesting precedent for having Anheuser-Busch horses in our parade. In 1905, the Armour Packing Company had a team of 6 dapple grays that were international champions, and they traveled the entire year with Sells Floto Circus in parade and performing in the Hippodrome track. So we kind of refer to that because we like to keep our circus parade historic.
Sure. Well, I think this fits right in, and it does give the 1 million people or so who are here, plus untold millions on television, a chance to see a truly beautiful hitch of horses.
And they really are that.
Denise is out on the street. What do you got going, kid?
Well, John, even though the weather's a lot nicer than we thought it was going to be, some people are finding that it's still too warm, and they're finding some unusual ways to keep cool. We've all tried shorts and hats, but there's something here called a walk fan. I guess it's a version of a Walkman that has a little portable fan with the batteries, and you can use that way to keep cool. But for the most part, this is something that people aren't having to use too much because the weather here has just been so great, John.
That's great. Good work, Denise. That's beautiful. All the Budweiser horses are going by, and coming up now, the Temple Living Tiger Tableau. This is a 4-horse hitch, and although I just got yeah, it is a 4-horse hitch, and it's done in a checkerboard where you got a black and a white and a black and a white, and that's Bob Mishka of Whitewater. They're beautiful percher and breeders in Whitewater. Their whole family involved in horses. That's a parade tableau.
The Temple tableau came from England, incidentally, but number 11 is an old Hagenbeck Wallace wagon that later used with Arthur Brothers. Massive, heavy wagon that carried tons of equipment.
The hitch is from Dr. A.J. Newman of Orange City, Iowa. Beautiful Belgian 6-horse hitch. Dr. Newman probably driving. I can't see him with the circus getup right now, but he's very active in his horse operation. This is a llama cart. I don't know anything about llamas. Do you, Chappie?
Oh, yeah, they're a marvelous animal, very docile, and they can train them to do just about anything if you have the patience.
That's A.M. Johnson of Spencer, Iowa, and I'm told when we were down at the grounds yesterday that all his friends call him Stubb, so that's Stubb Johnson of Iowa. It's a novel thing, isn't it? 4 llamas pulling a cart?
It is. He's done a good job, though. This is the old Schlitz bandwagon that was used for the 40-horse hitch, John. All the wood carving on that was done by Bill Thalmeyer of Waukesha.
And that's Paul Sparrow, Dick Sparrow's son. Dick put together the original 40-horse hitch for which that wagon was made. And Paul is from Zering, Iowa, and that's a beautiful 8-horse hitch of Belgians. And I'm going to ask you right now, Chappie Fox, do you think we're ever going to get the 40-horse hitch back?
Yes, I would say that we're going to get the 40-horse hitch back. It's a matter of timing. someday somebody, some company is going to want to get involved in this parade, and they're going to want to know what would be spectacular, and I can tell them that 40-horse hitch is the most spectacular event that ever occurred on any circus parade, and we're going to have it back.
Let me just quote you from one of your books on the circus, and you said the 40-horse hitch was probably the most spectacular parade feature of all time. You still go with that?
You're damn right. That's absolutely true.
And you think that that's worthy of working to get a 40-horse hitch back here?
I do, and I think it would just be the crowning glory of this Milwaukee Circus Parade.
Is it possible that we can do that?
It's been done before. It can be done again.
But you're talking about a lot of money, aren't you?
Absolutely. It maybe would run $150,000, but it's so spectacular that it would be worth its weight in gold from a publicity standpoint. I think we'll see it again.
Do you think that that might be soon? I mean, somebody watching right now maybe say, gee, Chappie, I think I'll try and get interested in that and help you get the 40 back.
First one that comes along, we're going to say yes to. At least I think Mr. Barkin would.
Who would you have do it? Have you got any thoughts? Would you keep it in the Sparrow family, maybe?
That's possible. But there has been no serious conversation about it, so it would be hard to say just exactly who would do it. But certainly Dick Sparrow's son would be involved in the discussions, I can.
Well, we're going to keep up on this story, I'll tell you, because that's magnificent, I think. The parade has stopped here for a little bit, so we'll be right back with more coverage of the 1987 Great Circus Parade.